internet of value at Ripple, we're thinking much bigger than just cross-border payments. It's kind of like Amazon with rare books in the early days, just this market happens to be a $10 trillion market.
We are at a historic turning point.
Said in the past that you are doing for money what email did for communication.
Moving the whole revolution forward.
Take on it.
There's trillions of dollars parked around the world. XRP.
Is there a possibility that Ripple could take over Swift one day?
Well,
welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another episode of 24 Hours in Crypto. Let's get right in today's video. Please do not hate me for doing a late upload, but I promise you after you're done watching this video, it's going to leave you with the biggest smile on your face. You're going to go to bed with a smile on your face. You're going to wake up with a smile on your face, and it's never going to come off. And if it does, and if you don't understand it, I cannot help you whatsoever. I don't even know how you got this far in life. In today's episode, you are going to be mind blown. We're going to go over why, when I say this, I mean, this is just facts. There isn't going to be a lot of individuals becoming wealthy off XRP. But again, what defines wealthy? And we're going to go over that in today's episode. Even a $30 XRP, some people look at it like it's a disappointment, but it's not. If you think, turning 10,000 over to 150K, 200K isn't life-changing for some people, then you guys are not getting it. And in today's video, I'm going to really kind of break down what it means by life-changing money and what you could be possibly doing with those returns. And we're going to get into the rich list. It's just truly mind-blowing how there is less than 500,000 people on this planet, less than that even own more than 5,000 XRP, right? So the 5,000 XRP is a sweet spot, but again, it's how you're gonna live your life. And we're gonna set the tone right off the bat just to show you how valuable the XRP is gonna become based off of the minds behind this thing and how long it has been in the works, and how individuals like Peter Thiel and Elon Musk, multi-billionaires, and even if you listen to what Ray Dalio says, we're going to play a video by him and a little video collage with him and Trump, just where we are right now currently in this world. And only a handful, only the smart are going to get that wealth. And you're probably wondering what defines being smart. That's going, like I said, all the men that had kids before, you got to go balls deep and crypto. There should be zero worry about anything, honestly. Like, as much as it sounds crazy, buy and hold. Been in this ecosystem when the market cap was less than $100 million. Okay, it was absolutely insane. So with that being said, let's set the tone. 2013, right? And if you don't believe this, I can't help you. I truly cannot. Elon Musk, Peter Thiel, they all came together. OpenCoin, now Ripple, Digital Asset XRP, and they got a bag of it. And some of you guys may say, well, they're not going to put their names. It's just so obvious. Well, guess what? Back in 2013, they didn't know somebody was going to create XRP Scan. They didn't know everything is going to be made public, or I'm not going to edit that out, I apologize. Everything's going to be made public, or what is going to happen in the future. XRP could have failed for all they know, right? But again, during that time, you got to understand everything was new, in terms of accounting, in terms of making it easier for them to see who's sending them what. So might as well just label the wallets. 2013. You're not thinking about, we probably shouldn't do this because in 2024, there's going to be a community around the XRP. They're probably going to be called the XRP army, and they're going to dissect everything, and they're going to look into what we were doing. Absolutely not, right? Go ahead and smash that like button. And then, so Elon Musk got the wallet, got all the XRP, and then was diversified to all the investors. Right? Anderson, Horowitz, we got Asimov, which is again Peter Thiel. And now what goes hand in hand is what Peter Thiel said in the 2000s. Listen to this clip. tell me he's not on board with the whole internet of value, moving value. This is the perfect storm. And my goodness, when I say expect the unexpected for XRP, you best believe.
Money altogether going from digital dollars, from any kind of government-backed currency to purely private currencies. And what a private currency, or what private money I think fundamentally means, is that there is no medium of exchange. You exchange value for value rather than exchanging value for something the government says has value for value. And whenever you have this intermediate step of the government saying something has value, that's where you have the subterfuge, the sort of legerdemain come in, the game of musical chairs, where every now and then a chair gets pulled out and it turns out that you're the one holding a dollar bill that's all of a sudden become worth a little bit less. And the kind of exchange of value for value, the classic model would have been some sort of a barter model. That obviously has enormous transaction costs associated with it. These transaction costs go down in a digital age. And the kind of model that I think is the most likely to take place is one where you have other kinds of financial instruments that are very, very liquid. The one I would cite in the U.S. would be something like an index on the S&P 500. Or some sort of generalized stock market index, where instead of having currency as being the place where you have value, it is in real property, real companies, things that actually have real value. And so that you might conduct business by trading not dollars, but trading little slivers of the S&P 500 or of particularly large stocks like Microsoft or something like that. My guess is that it might be the whole stock market as a whole, and that as you trade these things, that's where you have the kind that becomes in effect a de facto currency. Now,
and knowing what we know in 2025 and knowing everything that's happening right now, it's mind-blowing that people do not see what's coming. And then just to add more, bullishness to this, listen to what Ray Dalio and little clips of Trump.
A recession is 2 negative quarters of GDP, and whether it goes slightly there, we always have those things. We have something that's much more profound. We have a breaking down of the monetary order. We are going to change the monetary order, because we cannot spend the amounts of money, so we have that problem. And when we talk about the dollar and we talk about tariffs, we have that. We are having profound changes.
But this will be the most exciting and successful period of reform and renewal in all of American history, maybe of global history. The golden age of America, I call it.
In our domestic order, how ruling is existing. And we're having profound changes in the world order. Such times are very much like the 1930s. I've studied history, and this repeats over and over again.
This is a tremendous opportunity for economic growth and innovation in our financial sector, and will really go a long way. I think it's going to be a tremendous, we feel like pioneers in a way.
These individuals are the ones that are behind those closed doors, and they're discussing the next monetary system, next infrastructure. And at the end of the world, you guys all know that money makes the world go around. Without money, there's absolutely nothing. Okay, now let's just kind of go back into the XRP rich list, right? So here we have 5,000 people. So we have 155,000 accounts, 162,000 accounts. If we add all these up, it's give or take less than 500,000 that own 5,000 XRP. But let's just kind of ask, what is life-changing actually, right? What does life-changing actually mean? For some people, it means quitting their jobs forever. For others, it just means, having some breathing room. So let me ask you, if you suddenly had $200,000 in your bank account, right? Would your life change? Yeah, it would. Your rent is paid off for, let's say, in the next 5 years. You could look at it that way. Let's say your rent is $3,300 a month or less. Again, just rough math, right? $3,300 a month. You're still working, but guess what? Now your rent is paid for 5 months, and whatever you earn from your income, you very well know that's pretty much cash for life for 5 years. Okay, you got to have an objective. You got to have different perspectives of how you want to look at this. If you have any financial troubles, you could pay that off. But it's that mental stress right? About those little purchases that, gets revealed. And that's the whole point. And that's what this XRP journey is all about. It's not about flashing your wealth or showing off. It's about unshackling your brain from survival mode and finally operating from a place of power. Understand the importance of that. Because when your rent's paid, when your bills are sorted, when you've got a runway, pretty much, a little bit of a cushion, you want to call it, you start thinking differently. You start creating, and you start moving with confidence, and you start building. Because now you have that extra layer of stress like relieved off of you, right? So a $30 XRP is good. That target is going to be met. A lot of people are going to be very happy with those returns. A lot of people are going to sell on the way up, but a small handful of individuals will truly hold to XRP's full potential, right? So you could do a lot with that. You could start a business. You could launch a brand. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below, but ask yourself, what is life changing? What are you going to do with the money? What is your purpose? Have an objective with what you're going to do with the money. Because the wealth that you guys are all kind of projecting, don't be projecting off like $1,000 XRP. That will come in due time, but not just focus on $100 or less. And on this journey that we're on right now, I'm going to document everything as we go along. But you heard Ray Dalio, you heard Trump. The market right now is teeter-tottering. Everybody's just on the edge of their seats. No one knows what the next move is, but everyone knows the ones that, we have researched for all these years. We know going into June and going into Q4 of this year, and then 2026, you could just, like I said, 2026, you buy crypto, you're not making any generational wealth. If you buy crypto in 2026, you're not going to make any generational wealth or even wealth off crypto. You're going to have to hold for another 5, 6, 7 years because you're going to be coming in a lot higher than these prices you're looking at right now, okay? A lot higher. A lot higher. So with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. I'm going to give you guys an update on my BitUnex trade. Like I said, we are due for a very violent move. So I have a position open right now with 7 leverage. My liquidation price is currently $1.85. Will I add more to this? I'm going to be inspecting the trade. I could close at any time. So I'm monitoring the trade. I don't have a stop loss on here. But if you guys are trying to catch a bottom and then ride the wave up for this XRP move that we all know is coming, right? It's just a matter of, I would say, days, okay? Weeks, if not days. We are due for a move, a very violent move here. And with the way things are moving, in my opinion, I think it's going to be to the upside if it goes. Just knowing what's coming down, what's on their agenda right now, leading up to April and then May, there's a lot of news that's being withheld right now that are going to be made public soon. But right now, the tariffs are pretty much moving the markets, which is kind of sad. So please remember, we have yet to see any sort of adoption. Okay. Let's get the red sirens going. We have seen no adoption of any sort of levels. The trillions haven't been unlocked. Institutions are not here. So we're still at speculative valuations right now for these digital assets. Okay, it's all purely retail, speculative investors, gamblers, traders that are in this market right now. We have seen nothing in terms of regulated institutions. If you guys want to take advantage of the BitUnex, we do have a campaign going on that ends in 2 days. If you deposit $100, you get a $20 futures bonus. If you deposit $500, you get $100. And if you deposit $1,000, you get $200. And you could use the future bonus to trade and then just hang on to the USD, whatever trade. You could do any asset. It could be XRP, it could be Bitcoin, it could be Ethereum. You could deposit anything in this value, okay? of $100, and you will get those future bonuses. The link is in the description down below. I'm going to try to, I know once the move comes, one move like this, boom, God candle. Let's see, we are due for a God candle. We are due for a God candle. And I just, looks like it's coiling up. The 8 hour looks very bullish in my opinion. That is what I'm kind of going based off right now, the longer term. Does look bullish. So let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Elon Musk, billionaires, they all know we're going to be called delusional. Remember, we were called delusional, tinfoil hats, years ago, and now it's gone quiet. It's gone quiet, and I'm sure you guys could all agree to that. That whole, the only thing that makes us look crazy are the influencers that talk about a $35,000 XRP and a $10,000 XRP, and truly that is what makes us look lame, honestly. If it wasn't for those individuals entertaining those price valuations, we would not be looked at like crazy individuals. I don't even know why they entertain those ideas or valuations, because just have a focus point of $100. If people cannot wrap their head around a $100 XRP, why the heck would you go on the internet and talk about a $10,000 XRP and a $35,000 XRP? Am I saying those valuations are never going to be hit? I'm the last person that's going to sit here and say no, because I know what I always say, expect the unexpected. We're going into a new world where a market capitalization for a digital asset means absolutely nothing when you're unlocking trillions in just alone RWA, and you're building a brand new financial ecosystem and infrastructure, and you've done it with NGOs, governmental organizations, institutions, just to name a few, the World Economic Forum, the IMF, the World Bank. They've been working with Accenture since 2015. I mean, ladies and gentlemen, the roster, the end game, what's coming up on the horizon, no one's ready for this. And going back to, again, like, what, less than 40,000, give or take, people own more than 50,000 XRP in this world? Like 40,000 people? 40,000 people, that's like a baseball stadium. So to all the individuals that say they're not going to let us become that rich, I mean, who's they in terms of, we're peasants to them, right? Like these valuations, like it's nothing. It's absolutely nothing. Especially when we're going into a world where we're going to have just, oh my goodness, we're going to have to wait until they come up with new words like quantitative easing.
It started with a vision, now it's spreading wide. SLT's the token, it's our Degen pride. 24 hours crypto, leading the call. Bringing XRP believers, united we stand tall. First ledger's on fire, trades like the scene. SLT's the movement, power in the dream. From the memes to the moon, we're making it real. 100 XRP, that's the deal. I salute you, you salute me. Together in XRP we believe. From the trenches to the skies we see. XRP to 100 destiny. This ain't just a token, it's a battle cry. For those who know, XRP will fly high. Salute is the name, SLT the ticker. First ledger's buzzing, trades getting quicker. Building the future, brick by brick. In a world powered by Ripple, the vision will stick. We're more than a meme, it's a movement strong. XRP believers, let's prove them wrong. I salute you, you salute me. Together in XRP we believe. From the trenches to the skies we see. XRP to 100 destiny. 24 hours crypto, the captain of the crew. SLT's the anthem, for the bold and true. Through the dips and the pumps, we stand and fight. Believing in the ledger, in the dawn's bright light. I salute you, you salute me. Together in XRP we believe. From the trenches to the skies we see. XRP to 100 destiny. So raise your SLT, let the world hear the sound. XRP believers, we're Ripple bound. From the memes to the charts, the vision is clear. Salute to the future, the time is near. I salute you, you salute me. Together in XRP XRP we believe. From the trenches to the skies we see. XRP to hunt on a destiny.
We started building RippleNet with the thesis that crypto liquidity would eventually be able to support robust global payments, large payments. RippleNet was designed so that customers seeing the benefits of our fiat-based network could flip the switch to ODL once the market was mature enough. And this is exactly what's happening. Flip the switch.
I think what we're building has, it's solving a real problem. And I think all of the tokens, my advice to anybody would be, understand the utility. If there's real utility and there's real value being delivered to a real customer, there will be value in the token.